So I've been enjoying some time driving my 35th anniversary GT around and called up Justin SVT to see if he wanted to hang out and go for a little cruise, and his buddy Koa from Salt Lake was down, so see him in a minute. And while I waited, we met up at that same place where we did the cruise with Danny Johnson and Justin SVT. Just enjoying the view. Climbed up a little bit by the underpass of the freeway to get a good view, and here they come in Justin's 03 Mach 1. I just love the azure blue on the Mach 1. Someday I'd like to have a Mach 1, but I'm definitely not getting rid of my 35th anniversary GT. We thought it'd be fun just to stop here and check out each other's Mustangs and have Koa see my Mustang, and then we're going to go for a little cruise down Sand Hollow and just enjoy a drive and hanging out. Then we found a place to stop and take some videos and also take some really cool pictures. It was just really fun, just hanging out, going for a little cruise and enjoying each other's company. Talk with Koa about his white Mach 1 that he has and all the stuff he wants to do with it, and told him everything that I've done to my 35th anniversary GT to bring it back to its original glory. And just nothing but fun, just three Mustang guys just bonding about our builds and what we'd like to do with them, what we like about our cars and how we got them. It's just fun to get together and share each other's stories about what these cars mean to us. Later that night, we met up at the Iceberg, and I think Justin took this video of me pulling in to Iceberg to meet with him. Now, this was a cool shot Justin took. I personally think this should be a poster inside Iceberg, because that is just such a cool shot, and the colors go together so well. Then we ended up driving to Maverick to get a couple drinks and a snack. I got my typical Monster Energy drink, and then we just hung out for a little bit talking. And then later, we ended up all leaving, and me and Justin and Koa, we ended up just driving around. Not many cars were on the road, so it was kind of nice just to enjoy a cruise without any traffic. Then after that, we ended up driving down to the Ford dealership and taking some pictures just to kind of get a feel of how cool it would be to still see these cars at a Ford dealership. Then we checked out this inline 6 Mustang. Then we finished off the night by just going to have a snack at McDonald's. And then I think a week later, Justin invited me to this car show at the Culver's. Somebody had a 64 Falcon Ranchero that was really pretty, and just a lot of cool other muscle cars. And there's a little V6 Mustang, the gray one, and then all the way down there is my Mustang. Here's a picture I took next to a Model A, and then with that 64 Ranchero, had a 289 in it with AC, and it was just a really good looking car, and it was a 4-speed on the floor. Gave me a lot of motivation of things I want to do to mine. Then somebody had brought one of my favorite Chevelles. Can't beat classic muscle cars like this. Then as we were walking around, this convertible 68 Mustang was heading out, and then we were checking out a Pontiac GTO. And then my wife really liked these older Volkswagen Bugs, and then that Model A Hot Rod was leaving. Then Justin and I left and went down the road to a place he likes to go, and we just hung out there. And I think a couple other Mustang guys we were trying to get come hang out, but I think one of them was busy. And so then later we ended up getting gas up the road at a gas station that was right next to a Jack in the Box, and then we just hung out there for a little bit and then went on our separate ways. But it's always fun to hang out with Justin and Danny. And taking a look at my Mustang, I really need to get that driver's seat fixed. And now the passenger side seat, it's starting to rip. But I do love this car, and it is so much fun to drive. And how can you not love Justin's Bullet? So while we were at the last car show that me and Justin were talking, and he had some spacers, and so I ended up going to his house later to get those spacers on, so that way I can actually do a 4-wheel tire rotation, and that way the wheels actually are even with the quarter panel. And since I had redone the rear end and I had bigger axles, the rear tires were kind of stuck on the rear and the fronts were stuck on the front, because the rears I had bored out a little bit so they could fit over the new axle hubs and the wheels could fit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my channel and look for the 35th anniversary story. It's everything I've done to the car, and it'll go through when I completely redid the rear end with the bigger axles. Then I actually got the 35th anniversary shifter knob, and these also came in the bullets and the Mach 1s as well. Now it's looking a little more complete. And then I had been enjoying driving the 93 Escort GT. We went down to the little small town of Santa Clara, and I do love this car. It is pretty fun to drive, and for me, it is just full of memories growing up, and I just love this car. I love how it looks. The memories I have with this car are really awesome. And this car does get some pretty good attention on the road. A lot of stories about how many people used to have one, or they knew somebody that had one and they loved them. They wish they never got rid of them. They wish their friend or family member never got rid of them. If you just think this is just an Escort and you've never owned one, you are missing out. They are actually pretty surprisingly pretty fun and awesome handling. And the only thing that makes them a Ford, honestly, is just the badges. This thing is basically a Mazda 323 Miata on the Protege platform. Then this day was pretty exciting for the Ford Ranchero. I got some wheels. They are from a 74 Pinto. They actually have the Ford emblem on the back of them, because Ford did these wheels for back in the mid-70s for the Mustang 2 and the Pintos and the Mavericks, and I think the car looks so much better with these Ford mag wheels on them. And I took this awesome shot on a sunset here in town where I live, and I just enjoy driving the 64 Ford Ranchero. It is just a fun car. The whole 3-speed on the tree is such a joy to drive. If you've never had the experience to drive one, I highly suggest you should, because they are such fun to drive. Then I was going to take the Ranchero to a car show, another car show, and I decided to invite Justin SVT. And so I met him here at the Ford dealership, and I parked the Ranchero right next to the 1965 Ford Mustang that has the 200 cubic inch inline 6. So I decided to get out and take a quick video showing the Ranchero and the Mustang next to each other while I was waiting for Justin, because we were going to meet at the Ford dealership, and then we were going to cruise to the car show together and find a spot close to each other. But this is a pretty cool Mustang. I know a lot of classic car, muscle car guys, they'll take out the inline 6 and they'll V8 swap it. So it's pretty cool to see these two cars next to each other, knowing they are the factory inline 6. Then Justin came with his beautiful Mach 1, and we started heading to the car show. Once we were at the car show, there were still quite a few cars that were showing up, so I thought I'd get a quick video next to Justin and all the cars that were there already. As you can see, as I zoom in here, there's a beautiful Cuda, and a lot of cool restored muscle and classic cars were there, some newer and modern. Here is a beautiful old Ford Thunderbird that's pulling in. Then somebody had a old Rolls Royce. This gray Poupon reminded me of a scene in Wayne's World when they rolled down the window and asked the guy in the limo if he had any gray Poupon. Made me laugh when I saw it. Now this is a beautiful color on this Mustang. This has the 289 in it, and it was a 4-speed, I believe. It could have been a 5-speed. I think it was a 4 though. But this same color, I have pondered about painting the Ranchero if and when I get it repainted. Maybe the right car or the wrong car, but this car made me think of the Trunchables car, the principal from the movie Matilda. Always good to see a Scat Pack Charger. Definitely on my list. And then this 69 Super Bee came rolling in. That looked really good, and also had the 392 V8 that the Scat Pack Chargers have in it. And here's a closer view of the Cuda. Is this a true Cuda, or could this be a replica? Either way, still looked really cool and definitely would be awesome to own. Then it was really cool to see this late 50s Ford Fairlane. Another cool car on my list I'd love to own. And then the plastic on the seats. And then I went back to the Ranchero just to hang out for a little bit. And then some more cars showed up, so it was pretty cool to see them roll in. Then somebody else came here with a El Camino, one of my favorite body styles of the El Camino. And it was just cool to see and talk with everybody about the Ranchero. And here's a good looking Fairlane. I just loved the red matching interior. It was so cool and looked so good. I would love to own this car. And then somebody brought a mini car that could fit inside an elevator. The owner of this car was pretty cool to talk to. He said it had a Chevy 350 in it. Then somebody had another good looking Barracuda, had the 360 motor in it, and it was pretty cool to look through all these pictures of what the car used to look like and how it looks now, and the interior and everything on the car was done so well. Then another good looking Mustang. It's a fastback and had air conditioning on this one. And what I thought was really cool about this one is it had the factory rally pack with a clock and a tachometer. Then it was pretty cool to see another Ford Pinto with the Ford mag wheels that are on my Ranchero. Then it was always cool to see somebody bring their Firebird. Then a little later, Justin's friend brought his Terminator Cobra. Then went back and hung out until we left, and a lot of people loved the Ranchero. Awesome day and a good car show.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like, and stay tuned for more Mustang and Escort GT content.